Continuing from the last video, I was explaining you about the osmosis. So here I think so it is very much clear that it is taking place in the living cells. It is the movement of the water molecules from the higher concentration of water to the lower concentration of water. So here we need to understand what is meant by higher concentration of water. That means when the water is more, right? When the water is more. That means the solution over here it is dilute. And if we talk about the lower concentration of water means here this means water is less. Water is less. That means it is concentrated solution. That means in this case the solute percentage will be more. So we can also write here solute is more. So this is the difference between higher concentration and lower concentration of water. So osmosis always takes place from higher concentration of water, that is from the dilute solution to the concentrated solution. That means where water is more, the movement will be from there to the other side where the water concentration is less. And yes, the movement will be taking place through a particular kind of membrane which is known as a semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane means, which we have learnt already in our junior classes, that is the membrane which allows certain solutes to enter the membrane through it to the other part. In order to explain this particular osmosis, I have drawn over here the picture or a diagram. This is a line which I have drawn which represents the semi-permeable membrane. So let me just label it, that is semi-permeable membrane. So this semi-permeable membrane is separating the liquid which is on the either side of it. And let us just write it down as A and B to the solution. Now here as you can see, the blue colored dots are representing the water molecules and the red colored dots represents the solutes. In either case, in either side, that is through in A and B, both it is remaining the same. So here we can see in the B part, the water molecules I have drawn and tried to show that water molecule is more in this case and compared to the water molecules which are present in A. So according to this osmosis, the movement will be taking place through the semi-permeable membrane, but it will take place from the higher concentration of water to the lower concentration. So here this is the water which is having at a higher concentration. So water is actually in a higher concentration, and in this we say water in lower concentration. So the osmosis defines that water movement will be through the semi-permeable from B to A. This is actually the osmosis phenomena we can represent through the diagram. And how long this movement will take place? As long as the water molecules are not becoming equal on either side. That is the reason because of what osmosis can take place continuously, and theoretically we can prove it that osmosis is taking place continuously through this semi-permeable membrane from B to A. So the movement of water molecules will be from B to A, which defines that it is the osmosis phenomena which we want to prove it. Related to that, there are two different types of osmosis which we will see here. One is endoosmosis, another one is exosmosis. From the name it has been just understandable that endo means inside. So we have taken a cell. So as you can see, there are two membranes. So the inner one is the cell membrane, outer one is the cell wall, which defines that it is a plant cell. And you can see a vacuole over here. Inside the vacuole of a plant cell, we know the liquid which is there, that is the cell sap. This liquid is actually a solution. That means only water is not there. It is having lot of minerals, it is having salt, and it is creating a solute concentration more. So cell sap is composed of water, it is composed of salt, it is composed of other minerals which it is absorbing from the roots. That means this particular part is a kind of a concentrated solution, right? And this cell is dipped in a beaker of water, and this is clear water, or rather we can say this one as a fresh water, that means tap water. That means in this case, when you place this particular cell in this beaker of water, there will be some movement that is taking place, and this movement will be the movement of water molecules. Since water is more outside, so we can see the movement of water molecules will be taking place from the higher concentration, that is outside the water is more, so it will be taking place in this way. That means inward movement of water will take place through this cell. And this is actually known as the endoosmosis. This is the endoosmosis process. So here we can see inward movement of water, right? In this case, we can see when the water will move inside, this particular cell sap will be becoming bigger in size gradually because of the accumulation of more water, and it will be pressing the contents of the cell towards the cell membrane, and this cell will turn into the state which is known as turgid cell. And why the cell has become turgid? Because the water is entering from outside to inside and it is taking the place in the cell sap. So over here the vacuole size will be increasing and it will shift the other cell organelles towards the cell membrane, and it will create a pressure that is actually happening in this cell, which will lead the cell to become turgid. If it is difficult, turgid cell means swollen. It is swollen. It is extended. Right? And the water which is there outside, this is a fresh water where the water content is more. So if in a solution the water content is more, we say that one solution as hypotonic solution. So here we are getting a particular terminology, that is hypotonic. Hypotonic means a solution where water is more, solute is less. So other way we can say it is a dilute solution. And inside the cell sap it is hypertonic because it is having the salt and minerals. So the solution over here, it is hypertonic. Right? So here the movement of water will be taking place from outside to inside. This means it is endoosmosis. Now we come to the next diagram where we will learn the phenomena of exosmosis. X means outside. So here we see the water which is taken in the beaker. This is a strong salt solution. Concentrated salt solution. And here there is a vacuole. Again, we are talking about a plant cell. As you can see, cell wall is there. Inside the vacuole, obviously the cell sap is there, and this cell sap concentration is less than that of the outside because the salt concentration is more here. Right? So in this case, the cell sap is dilute compared to the outside water. And what we will see, again osmosis is taking place, but this osmosis will take place in different direction. That is, from the cell sap the water will try to come out. Is it okay? And this is actually known as the outward flow of water, that is the exosmosis. Is it fine? So here we can see the outward. Outward movement of water. This is leading to exosmosis. That means in this case the salt solution is known as hypertonic and cell sap will be over here in hypotonic. So here we explain about the process of osmosis. We explain that in the diagrammatic format how the osmosis is taking place. There are two different type of osmosis, that is endoosmosis and exosmosis. And I think so students, it is very much clear with all of you. Those who all are watching the videos, you can repeatedly watch this video to get the clear concept. Thank you. I am moving to the next part of the chapter in the next video.